Hello everyone, and welcome to Can I Beat Pokemon Shield with only Gossifleur. We start by transferring in a Gossifleur from Pokemon Home. I named her Petalia. I'm not sure why, I just found it cute. She's bashful, so neutral stat gains with the Calm Down ability. Calm Down lowers the speed of every other Pokemon on the field every time Gossifleur gets hit. She starts with Leafage, Sing, and Growth. The reason she has 3 moves is because Growth is an egg move, and by just looking at her stats and movesets, I think we'll need it. For the rules, I can only use Gossifleur, and no items in battle, only held items and items outside combat are allowed. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. We reach Hop at level 10. Petalia now knows Rapid Spin. We start with Growth, but then Wooloo goes down to a crit. Scorbunny took us to half health, so we put it to sleep. It goes down to 3 Rapid Spins. Last is Hop's Rookity, who went down to 2 Rapid Spins. We can now get our Dynamax bands and go to the wild area. We did some training before attending the opening ceremony, and after the ceremony is our next battle with Hop. We now had Razor Leaf. We started with Grove, but Wooloo was not a one-shot, so it had gotten growled at. Against Scorbunny, we got back the boost, but Scorbunny still took 4 Rapid Spins to take down. Rookity had gotten us to red health, but it still went down in 2 hits. We now have to go back to the wall area. It took a lot of searching, but we eventually got one of the Watt traders to sell us Pollen Puff, the only attacking move we can learn that is not grass or normal. Pollen Puff made Bead and Galamine a one-shot sweep. It's time for the first gym. Milo's Gossifleur could barely hurt us, and we had leftovers, so we set up 2 Growths before one-shotting Gossifleur. Last is Eldegoss. It took 3 Max Flare-bys to take out Eldegoss. Almost immediately right after the gym is Battle Hop. With Hop now having Corvisquire and Reboot, this battle took a few tries. At level 28, we now knew Synthesis and Hyper Voice. We set up 4 Growths before taking out Wooloo. Corvisquire had used Fury Attack instead of Pluck, so he one-shot it with barely any damage taken. Last is Reboot. Reboot only used Growl, as it went down to 2 Hyper Voices. The second gym is next, but Growth plus Magical Leaf made Nessa a one-shot sweep. Next up is the battle of Bead and Galamine number 2. We were left with only a sliver health, but Bead was still a sweep of Pollen Puff. We can now go back to Mostoke, where we have a battle with Marnie. Croagunk's Finish Shock does a lot of damage, and because we were so slow, we had to grind a little. At level 35, after 1 Growth, we can one-shot Croagunk. 2 Pollen Puffs take out Scraggy, and last is Mopico, who was a one-shot with Pollen Puff. The third gym is next, and it's the Fire Gym. It says in the game's dialogue that Kabu is the first real roadblock, and in my case, that is true. I had something of a strategy going into the gym. Gossifleur can learn Facade, so I figured that's my best option, but we are not ready. I tried EV training to increase our attack stat, but we still need a lot of setup moves. We need 3 Rapid Spins to outspeed Arcanine and Centiskorch, and we need 5 Growths to one-shot Centiskorch. This was an impossible task with Sing's low accuracy and Petalia's incoming Disobedience level cap. We needed a better sleep move, and we have access to one, but it requires a whole new Petalia. So everyone, say hello to Petalia 2.0, complete with Growth and Sleep Powder, and a completely different ability. She's Impish Nature, so our special attack is down. Hopefully that doesn't hurt us too bad. We get this run against Kabu at level 42. We had to reuse Sleep Powder a few times against Ninetales, and Ninetales caused our Citrus Spray to activate, but we still got all of our Rapid Spins, and 4 out of 5 growths. I decided to take out Ninetales and set up the last growth against Arcanine. Facade one-shots Arcanine, and thankfully also Scorch. That was insane. But now we have to go to Stoneside, where we continuously reset the bargain shop until the man sells us the quick call. Next up is a battle with Hop. We started by putting Cramorant to sleep and setting up rapid spins. This let us outspeed Reboot, but Reboot kept waking up after one turn and did big damage with Flame Charge. It took 5 rapid spins to take out Reboot. Toxel was annoying. We went for Synthesis to get some health back, but then we get paralyzed by Nozzle. It took forever to take out Toxel, and Blasted Silicobra, who went down to 2 Razor Leafs. The 4th gym is next. It's the Ghost Gym, so half our moves are useless. Also, Gengar being part poison means our grass moves do half damage. Let's see how this battle went after many attempts. We started by putting Yamask to sleep, and then setting up 2 growths. But then Yamask woke up and disabled growth. Razor Leaf takes out Yamask. Mimikyu is out next, and it outspeeds us, but we put it to sleep without taking any damage. Also, growth got undisabled. We fully maxed out our attack stat when Mimikyu woke up. Slash takes us to almost half health, but we put Mimikyu back to sleep. We go for Synthesis before taking out Mimikyu. Crystal is a one-shot, and last is Gengar. Gengar, for some reason, uses Max Darkness, which did little damage, as we take Gengar to a Slither. Plus 6 attack, just to remind you. Gengar then goes for Max Ooze, which leaves us at just 7 HP, but we get the win. We now have to battle B, but we just set up growths against Erosion and swept with Razor Leaf. The 5th gym is next, and yeah. Opal has 3 Pokemon that resist grass, and 2 of them have super effective moves. Here's how that went. Weezing outspeeds us. It took us to almost half HP with Sludge. Weezing also got the poison, but our Pecha Berry healed us. We then missed our Sleep Powder, which allowed Weezing to take us to 4 HP. Thankfully, our Sleep Powder lands next turn, so we use this time to heal and set up. We had a +2 in special attack, and a +2 in our defenses thanks to Opal, when Weezing woke up. 2 Hyper Voices take out Weezing. Togekiss is next. We put it to sleep to heal, but then it woke up next turn and hit us with Air Slash. 2 Hyper Voices take out Togekiss. Against Mawile, we missed our Sleep Powder 3 times, but Crunch did barely anything. Once we got Mawile to finally go to sleep, we healed and then took out Mawile with a crit one-shot. Last is Alcremie, who goes down to 3 max strikes. We're now back at Wedge Church, and onto the Isle of Armor. We're going to the Isle of Armor because it is the earliest way to get Mints. Mints have the ability to change a Pokemon's stat gains. Our minus special attack nature needs to go away. I think it changes every day, but today we got the Serious Mint. Serious nature is neutral stat gains, which is an improvement of what we have already. We also go ahead and do Mustard 3 trials because we will be back later. Right now, we have to go about Hop, and this battle was a pain in the butt. Trevenant, being grass type, was immune to Sleep Powder, so I had to use Sing. Also, Cinderace's Power Ball does a lot of damage. To beat Hop's Trevenant, we had to put it to sleep, and then set up 3 growths. Trevenant only used Confuse Ray, so we're still at full health when we take it out. To get past Cinderace, we needed the Quick Claw to activate, which allowed us to one-shot Cinderace without taking damage. Against Heatmor though, we survive at Fire Lash, and take it out in one shot. Last is Snorlax and Boltund, who both go down to 1 hit each. The 6th gym is next, and our biggest issue I feel is getting past Frostmourne. Bug Buzz can almost one-shot us. To battle Melanie, I had Petalia start with Sleep Powder, as Frostmourne set up Hail. We then set up 1 growth before taking out Frostmoth with Hyper Voice. Darmanitan always started with Taunt, but it was a one-shot. For Ice Cube, we'd go for an early Dynamax, because in the past, Ice Cube has always been on the thicker side, even specially. But it goes down to Max Overgrowth. Last is Lapras, and out of some stroke of luck, our Quick Lock activates, and we take out Lapras with 1 Max Overgrowth. Next up is another battle with Hop. Thankfully, this battle took less tries than the last Hop battle, because we can actually set up against Double. We had gotten off 2 Rapid Spins and 2 Growths before we took out Double. The +2 in speed made us faster in Cinderace, so we took it out without taking damage. For Corviknight, we had to put it to sleep because it took 2 Hyper Voices to take it out. Snorlax took 2 hits, and Vicurcha was a one-shot. We can now go down Route 9 and enter our next battle with Marnie. And I forgot to heal. Liepard luckily was a one-shot. For Toxicroak, we put it to sleep so we could heal. It had used Swagger, but we never hit ourselves, so Toxicroak goes down to 3 Hyper Voices. Scrafty goes down to 2 Energy Balls, and last is Morpeko. We decide to put it to sleep before taking it out with Energy Ball. The 7th gym is next. We started by putting Scrafty to sleep, but it woke up next turn. 2 Hyper Voices take out Scrafty. Malamar outsped, but went down to a crit one-shot. Obstagoon started with Obstruct, but we put it to sleep. 2 Hyper Voices take out Obstagoon, and last is Skuntank. We got poisoned first turn, but we managed to put Skuntank to sleep. 2 Hyper Voices win us our 7th badge. Last is the 8th gym. This was a nightmare. It was difficult to set up, because Sleep Powder only hits 1 target at a time. Also, Sandaconda has Fire Fang, and Duraludon being Steel and Dragon double resist Grass. This was when I decided to return back to the Olive Armor. For those who don't know, the Olive Armor is the best place to rework a Pokemon's stats. There is an NPC who can clear EVs, and if you do Mustard's 3 trials, Honey will ask you for watts. 200,000 to 400,000 watts unlocks vitamins, which raise a Pokemon's stats. For now, I decided to max out Petalia's special attack and split the rest between HP and speed. We return back to Rhyhorn at level 100 with our brand new stats. 2 Hyper Voices take out Flygon and leave Gigalith at half health. Gigalith's Body Press and Sandstorm damage activate our Citrus Berry. For Sandaconda, we outsped and put it to sleep before taking it out. Now out comes Duraludon. Duraludon is faster, but we got a crit with Max Overgrowth. 1 more takes out Duraludon. And Gigalith was a one-shot. Rhyhorn's battles always end weird, because you get this intense Dynamax battle, but then their non-Dynamax Pokemon is just there. Anywho, we can now attend the semifinals in Winden, where our first battle is against Marnie. Her entire team was a one-shot sweep. Hop is next. We set up 2 Rapid Spins and 1 Growth against Double. The second Rapid Spin getting crit, so Hop used his full restore. 1 Energy Ball takes out Double. Next is Corviknight. 2 Hyper Voices take out Corviknight, but we were hit with 2 Scary Faces. That reverses our speed buffs, and we are at -2 speed now. Vicurcha is a one-shot, and Snorlax went down to 3 Rapid Spins. We're back at +1 speed, but Snorlax had activated our Citrus Berry. Last is Cinderace. Cinderace went for Max Ooze, which did barely any damage. Meanwhile, our Max Strike takes out Cinderace in one shot. We now have to climb Rose Tower, where we have to battle Oleana. Froslass tried to burn us, but it missed as we landed Sleep Powder. We set up 2 Growths before one-shotting Froslass with Energy Ball. Salazzle landed its Poison Gas, and did big damage with Finish Off, but it went down to 2 Rapid Spins. Serena and Milotic were both one-shots, and last is Garbodor. Max Overgrowth one-shots Garbodor. The finals can now begin tomorrow, but first we have to battle Bee. We started by putting Malwa to sleep, but we only got 1 Growth before Malwa woke up. Thankfully, its player up missed. Mawa went down to 1 energy ball, as did Gardevoir, Rapidash, and Hatterene. Next up is Nessa, but her team was also a one-shot sweep with growth powered energy ball. And yes, I misclicked and forgot the Dynamax against Dreadnought. It was still a one-shot though. Alistair was also a sweep, but this time I made sure to Dynamax, since Gengar resists Max Overgrowth. Last is Raihan, and he took a couple tries. Thanks to Torkoal, I remembered harsh sunlight doubles the effects of growth, but it also powered Torkoal's Lava Plume. To get past Torkoal, we need to put it to sleep, but as we were setting up, it woke up and used Yawn. We had a chest to bury, so we never went to sleep. We had gotten 1 Rapid Spin and 1 Growth before taking out Torkoal. For Turtonator, we set up 2 more Growths before taking it out with Hyper Voice. Flygon and Goodra were both one-shots and lost to Duraludon. Max Strike takes out Duraludon. We now have to go battle Chim and Rose, and this battle took a lot of luck. Escavalier not only double resist grass, its Mega Horn hits like a truck. In order to beat Rose, we had to go by Sunny Day. We start by putting Escavalier to sleep and then setting up Sunny Day. We then set up 2 Growths, but Escavalier woke up and used Swords Dance. The sunlight faded by the time we put Escavalier back to sleep. 2 Hyper Voices take out Escavalier. Against Ferrothorn, we set up 1 more Growth before taking it out. Berserker was a one-shot, but since Klinklang outspeeds, we put it to sleep first. We set up our last Growth before taking out Klinklang, and last is Kaparaja, who goes down to 1 Max Strike. It's time for Eternatus. I gave Petalia an Aqua Berry, because Eternatus has Flamethrower. And guess what? Eternatus used Flamethrower first turn, as we put it to sleep. We only got in 1 Growth, but Eternatus went down to 2 Hyper Voices. For Eternamax Eternatus, we mostly focused on keeping it asleep, so that Azacian and Zamazenta could take it out. But surprisingly, Hop Snorlax landed the finishing blow. Finally, it's time for Leon. And this is not going so well. 5 out of 6 of Leon's Pokemon resist grass. And even if it doesn't resist grass, Rhyperior has 2 super effective moves. At one point, we actually made it to Charizard, but we didn't hit hard enough, and our HP was too low. At +1 speed, Dragapult and Haxorus still outspeed us, and both had super effective moves. I decided to swap Petalia's HP EVs for speed, but it didn't matter. Even if we got past Aegislash, Rhyperior would always wake up from sleep and one-shot us. So I'm just going to stop right here and say no. I cannot beat Pokemon Shield with only Gossifleur. Thank you to everyone who watched this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe.